There is a layer at the bottom of millions of houseplant pots right now, and it is slowly drowning the roots above it. Not helping them. Drowning them. The advice to put gravel, pebbles, or broken pots at the bottom of your containers for drainage, that advice has been in gardening books for over 70 years. And almost every word of it is wrong. I'm going to show you the actual science, in a glass, that proves why this layer makes drainage worse. And I'll show you the one thing you actually need to do instead. But first, why does water actually stop moving right above the gravel? The answer completely changes how you pot every plant from now on. Real quick, if you've ever lost a plant and couldn't figure out why, this channel is built exactly for that. Hit like so YouTube shows this to more plant owners who need it, and subscribe for the soil and nutrient science that most plant channels skip. Now, let's get into the drainage myth. When we say a pot needs good drainage, what we actually mean is, after you water, the excess water has to be able to leave the pot freely. If it can't leave, it sits. And sitting water at the root zone is the #1 cause of root rot in houseplants. Roots need both water and oxygen to survive. Roots breathe. When soil is permanently saturated, the air pockets collapse, oxygen disappears, and the roots effectively suffocate, even if the plant looks fine on the surface for weeks. Good drainage in a pot comes down to two things, and only two things. 1. A drainage hole. 2. A potting mix with enough structure that water can move through it freely. That's it. Nothing about what goes at the bottom. Just hole plus structure. Okay, I want to show you something really simple. 2 cups. Same soil. Same amount of water. The only difference is this one has a pebble layer at the bottom. I'm going to pour the same amount of water into both. Watch where the water ends up. Look at that. In the plain soil cup the water keeps moving. But in the gravel cup, the water just stops. Right above the pebbles. It doesn't go down into the gravel. It just sits there. Right where the roots would be. That wet soggy zone sitting above the gravel, that's what's rotting your roots. Think of it this way. Imagine your soil is a sponge. A wet sponge doesn't just drip water straight through, it holds on to it. Now for that water to let go and move down into the gravel underneath, gravity has to be strong enough to pull it away from the sponge. And here's the thing, in a small pot, gravity isn't strong enough to do that until the sponge, your soil, is completely soaked through. So the water just piles up. Waiting. Drowning your roots from below. And here's what makes it even worse, the thicker your gravel layer, the bigger that soggy zone above it gets. So if you thought adding more pebbles would help more, it actually does the opposite. Every extra centimeter of gravel is pushing that wet zone higher up into your soil, right into where your roots are trying to breathe. So now that you've seen what happens with gravel, let me quickly show you 3 other things people use instead. Because I get comments all the time saying, I don't use gravel, I use broken pot pieces, or I use polystyrene. And I want to address those directly. Because every single one of them has the exact same problem. Broken terracotta, same problem. You've swapped one chunky layer for another chunky layer. The soil above it still can't drain into it properly. Polystyrene chips, same problem, plus now you've got plastic slowly breaking down in your soil over time. And bark or wood chips at the base, actually worse, because wood holds water. You've added something that soaks up moisture and sits there. None of these are drainage layers. They're all just obstacles. And look, if you've been doing this, honestly don't feel bad about it. This tip is in almost every beginner gardening book, every 10 plant care tips blog post. I used to do it too. The advice has been passed down for so long that most people have just never questioned it. That's not your fault, no one taught us the why behind it. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. So to wrap this up simply, it doesn't matter what you put at the bottom of the pot. Gravel, broken clay, pebbles, polystyrene, bark, if it creates a chunky layer underneath finer soil, you've created a soggy zone. The material isn't the issue. The layer is the issue. And in the next section, I'm going to show you what actually does make drainage better, and it's a lot simpler than you'd expect. Watch these 3, same water, same pot, same drainage hole. 3 different mixes. The chunky mix drains in under 10 seconds. The dense peat-heavy mix is still sitting there 45 seconds later. This is the real drainage variable. I think about drainage as a triangle. First, your potting mix structure, roughly 70% of your drainage outcome. Second, a drainage hole, critical, but secondary to mix quality. Third, watering frequency, even a perfect mix gets overwhelmed if watered every day. And a gravel layer? It doesn't appear in this triangle because it doesn't affect any of these three variables positively, only negatively. If your current potting mix is dense and water retentive, the fix is to amend it with perlite. Not at the bottom, mixed throughout. About 20 to 30% perlite by volume for most tropical houseplants. That's roughly 1 part perlite to 3 or 4 parts mix. You're not replacing the mix, you're opening it up, creating air pockets, allowing water to move through rather than sit. For plants already in pots with a gravel layer, you don't have to repot immediately if the plant looks healthy. But at the next repotting, remove the gravel layer entirely. Fill the pot with your amended mix right to the base. If you want to cover the drainage hole, a small piece of mesh or a single large pebble over the hole, not a layer, is fine. The perched water table can't form. Your roots can breathe. For signs your plant may already be suffering. First, yellowing lower leaves even when you haven't overwatered recently. Second, wilting even though the soil feels moist, that's oxygen starvation at the root. Third, a musty or sour smell from the pot, anaerobic bacteria in oxygen-depleted soil. Fourth, when you repot, dark, slimy, or mushy roots rather than firm white ones. 3 quick tests. The finger test, push your finger 2 inches in, if it's still damp, don't water. The lift test, pick up the pot, a dry pot is noticeably lighter than a wet one. And the smell test, take a sniff near the drainage hole. Fresh soil should smell earthy and neutral. If it smells sour or musty, investigate the roots before the next watering. 5 things to remember. 1. Gravel at the bottom creates a perched water table, trapping water higher in the root zone. 2. The boundary between fine and coarse material is the problem, not the material itself. 3. Drainage is controlled by mix structure, drainage hole, and watering frequency, in that order. 4. Fix by amending mix with perlite throughout. 5. At your next repotting, remove the gravel layer. No products to buy. No complicated technique. Just stop the one thing working against your plants. Thank you for watching this one. This myth has been persistent for so long that correcting it is one of the most useful things a plant channel can do. If this helped you, share it with someone who has a gravel layer in their pot right now, they'll thank you for it. Leave a comment below, have you been using a gravel layer? Did you lose plants to this? I read every single one. See you in the next one. Click that card right now, because if you just watched this video, the potting mix video is going to be the most useful 12 minutes you'll spend this week on your plants.